Hello, happy hour crafters. I think today we are going to make a masculine card, and we're going to be using the High Tide stamp set. And then we are going to use the Coffee Break DSP. Now this is retiring at the end of this month. And then I have Very Vanilla, and I have Dapper Denim cardstock. I thought this time, before I even cut everything down, we're just going to go through it all together. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to get my paper trimmer out, and we are going to trim a few things. Now this is an 8.5 by 11, so we're going to cut it down to 5.5. That actually makes 2 card bases. And then the Very Vanilla, we're also going to cut it down just under 6 inches so that it'll fit into the big shot. So I usually cut it down to 5.5. I can set this aside, use it as a card base for another project, and then I'm just going to use this half of the Very Vanilla. And then we're going to get the Simply Scoring tool out, and we are going to score this at 4 1/4. All right, there we go. Oh, let's put this back. And I did forget to trim one more thing, our DSP. I'm going to trim it down to 3 inches by let's go 4.5. There we go. Now we can put the trimmer away. And now we're going to do a little stamping. All right, the first thing we're going to do is the lighthouse, and I am going to use the Dapper Denim. And this is a 2-step stamping method. So we're going to do the first one, just get it covered. I'm going to turn it this way. Oops. All right. And there's that. Going to put the background in. There we go. I like that. All right, and I think we are done with this color. And then we are going to take, this is the sand from the stamp set, and I'm going to take Sierra sand. I figured that was perfect. I'm going to stamp this up. We're going to come over here. We are going to actually fussy cut this out, and then we're going to use our stitched framelits to cut this out. Here for the sand, and that's it for that. Then we're going to take Sky, Soft Sky, which this color is retiring at the end of the month. This is such a pretty blue. All this will make sense once we complete it. And then one more thing. I'm going to take the Wild Wasabi and just the little greens. And I'm going to set this one over here because, again, I'm going to fussy cut this one out too. There we go. And then the sentiment. And this is soft suede. I'm going to cut out this section here with the framelit. I'm going to fussy cut each one of these, and so the sentiment we can put right up here at the top. It says, in high tide or low tide, I'll be by your side. Very nice. All right, that is it for the stamping. So now we're going to get the Big Shot out. And the Big Shot, we're going to use the magnetic platform and one of the bases. And we're going to place this in. And then I'm going to get the square stitched framelit out. Let's cut this one out first. There we go. We can set that aside. Oops. And then we are going to take the largest oval. You can see I'm just getting enough of the sand, and then I created water. There we go. Oops. Look at how pretty that is. All right, we can put all of that away. Take this out. Put the Big Shot away. Now we're going to get the snips out. We're just going to cut out the lighthouse. Trim around so I don't. Very simple. This is an easy image to cut out. Lighthouses have always been my husband's favorite. So this was an easy card to make. There we go, a little lighthouse. Now the greens, I'm not going to be too picky about that. We're just going to trim I'm just going to leave a base like that. There we go. I actually like that. All right, now, believe it or not, we are just about ready to assemble. We have this 3-inch piece here, and what I'm going to do is actually tag it. There we go. Place that there. going to set that there. And then we are going to use the, oops, this is the burlap ribbon jute. And we're going to take and fold it. Let's see, I want it just to kind of come across there. A little snip here. And put that away. It's actually going to sit like that, and then this will go on top. So let's adhere this first. I am using the fast fuse, which is also retiring. Oops. At the end of this month, but we still do have the snail. There we go. And then just want it like that. I think I want this a little more of an angle. There we go. All right, and then we are going to put a few dimensionals on the back. So let's put 2 at the top up here, and we'll put 2 at the bottom. That way it just kind of straddles this burlap here. We're just going to center that. There we go. We're going to take our lighthouse and just add a couple dimensionals. My fingers are not working here. And then the lighthouse we're going to place, I like it just kind of hanging over the side here. Isn't that pretty? And then our greens. I think I'm going to place them right there. But you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to separate these two. Get rid of a little bit more of the cardstock. And let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Place that down, and then we're going to place that down. Just using a little bit of the glue. There we go. And then we are going to add the sentiment right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional on this side so it sits here, and then I'll just use a little glue right here. We don't need two. No, I think just one dimensional. Right there. Yep. And then a little bit of the glue. Oh, let's peel the dimensional off. There we go. Alright, then I'm going to use my bone folder. And there we go. We have a masculine card. In high tide or low tide, I'll be by your side. You could put happy birthday on the inside. How about just I love you? I like that. It's a nice card. Well, thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Cheers.